Okay, so hey, what's guys? This is your friend Captaindrs. I'm back with another video of Kiaras and Diaras. And in this video, I'm going to talk about how the brands are able to play with us and why we are also being able to play. Every now and then, I know a lot about the smartphone brands and some of the things which are able to, capture us really easily. And we're going to talk about some of its factors in this video. So without any further ado, let's get started. So every other brand is a brand and they always wanted to grow. And to grow, they make a product which is a smartphone. And every smartphone has a margin of a 20%, 10%, 5%, 15%, which is going around. And a lot of big flagship smartphones, the brand value and everything goes up to a real big number, and the profit of the smartphone also goes up to a really big number. As for me, when OnePlus started, the very first phone was a completely non-profitable, and they were able to sold it also, and it was a kind of a profitable from them to the OnePlus 2 and for the Nothing Phone ones, that same CEO Carl P is working with that same idea and strategy. So they are starting out, and by the time they will be also looking forward to the profit, as if the OnePlus also looked for that. And profit is the main game, and in a lot of things, the brands play with us to get our attention to get themselves into the profit. Every smartphone brand keeps sales, and it was like from until tomorrow that until yesterday that this brand, some of the brands were there who didn't give the smartphone for the sales, but the sales and the stuff is really important to grab a lot of new people into their companies, or you can say that kind of say the service sector. Price manipulation is the kind of a safe word where I will be mentioning the sales comes in. As for me, the sales are good, and in a lot of sense you can get some of the coolest deals, but they are kind of a say limited time offer, and in some sort of times it is kind of a a bad back on some of the people who bought a smartphone at that price point. Such as example, if you buy a smartphone at a 30k INR and that same smartphone is available at 27k INR, then that might be not a big number of updates or a big number of difference, but in a lot of sense there is a big number of difference when the person pays around 3000 more for that 30k price INR and around 27 for that same smartphone is available on the same brand new seal. Just kind of a really bad thing, and this are also kind of say creating a urgency whenever this is a limited time offer is going on. And even it was not only the sale, then there is a kind of a say when the smartphone comes up where for the very first time goes on the sale, there is around a big number of price point difference, and by the time the first sale is completed, the price goes up around 1 or 2000k INR. Just kind of see in a lot of smartphones. They don't do that with the flagship because the flagships are untouched piece of really good tech. So they do a lot of things into a budget, mid-range, and kind of a budget killer type of smartphones too. A trend is going on for the eco-friendly based smartphones. We have seen a lot of big examples for this guy, and we might be able to see a lot of big number of type of different examples to get into this eco-friendliness. And as for me, they are trying to keep themselves into an eco-friendly way and keeping a lot of things about at what type of cost. They are recycling and putting the same stuff on their devices and not planning in a big number of cents also. Also on the another hand, there is no power adapters and stuff inside the box. A big examples might be the Apple and the Samsung because they don't give power adapters for their flagship. And as for me, the both aren't now giving the power adapter for their budget, or you can say the entry level based smartphones. Apple don't make the entry level. I'm talking about the Samsung. This might be a gimmicky stuff where I will be talking about the targeted advertisings. See, we all use smartphones from a different brand, and we talk with a lot of our smartphones too. And sometimes it is kind of say really common when you are talking about the topic which you don't know anything about, and you started seeing something a really big amount of advertisement for that same stuff. And as for me, I have also seen that type of advertisement going on from a really long time. And as for me, I don't know why they are pushing through that type of stuff. It are kind of say a targeted advertisements, and they earn a bit of profit too also on the back end side from this type of stuff. But that profit, as for me, isn't good for a lot of brands too. And as for me, they are also putting unnecessary stuff which are unique in a way also that some people might use it and some people might don't use it. Bright examples might be the Infinix and the Techno's budget type of smartphone. Also coming up with the Xiaomi and the Realme budget type of smartphones where they put an excessive number of bloatwares and the unnecessary stuff which isn't relevant to the user also, and might be a kind of say a way of ignoring those options if they are available at test price. Yeah, those were some of the topics where I think that we are been so played by the brands, and I should suggest each and every brand to there are a number of big topics in their backend side where they have a lot of ways to earn a kind of a say to play with us, and every other brand makes their prestige also used in that manner too, no matter it's Apple, Samsung, Xiaomi, Realme, Oppo, BB Gimbals, each and every other brand who uses the prestige, the way they use it, that is a kind of say the way of their downfall will start. And as for me, every other company is using some of their way of capturing a new number of people into their smartphone era. It's kind of say really unusual too. I've seen a lot of things going on with the fake advertising, false advertising, basically not the fake one. So they should work on those stuff and improve as fast as possible. And because it will give a lot of prestige, other prestige to the brand too. This was Captain Diaz. You were watching Chaos India. Like, share, subscribe. Gonna be appreciating. I'll catch you in the next video. Stay safe, stay connected. Peace out.